Hey, what up everybody? Welcome to a brand new Q&A. Today is Monday and you know what time it is. Now if you want to get into the Q&A and get your name showed up and have a question thrown in, just make sure you leave the question in the comment section on this video. I will give it a little heart, and that means on the next Monday, on the next Q&A video, you're gonna have your answer, okay? Now let's just get into the meat of things, and I promise I'll try to keep it shorter. I said that last time, I haven't managed to do it, but we'll just have to see. So, first question comes from Joshua Elliott. Hey, our third Patreon. Thank you very much, Joshua. Appreciate it. So let's see. I have an opinion-based question. I noticed on the beta at level 116 I felt weaker. Yep. At 116 we lose the effects of our legendaries, and at this time most people have also lost the set bonuses from the old tier as well. I started to realize that my DPS actually went down significantly in the next couple of levels. By 118 I was bursting for 8k DPS, when at 113 in a 5-man I was bursting for 13k plus. At this point I noticed that the top DPS while leveling is always under level 115 in a 5-man. That's true. What is the best way to push through this epic slow point in leveling? Did you adjust the talents around this time? Any tips would be appreciated. Oh man, well it depends on what you're looking at, right? Personally, I don't really care for that much DPS while leveling in dungeons. Now, if you watch my leveling guide, I have strongly recommended to not do dungeons if you want to level up fast. It will just slow you down as fuck, because experience from dungeons is really low. Now, if you want to do dungeons and get yourself immersed and all that, that's fine as well. You know, doesn't say anything. It will just take you much longer. There is no secret to optimizing your damage or, you know, switching the talents and shit like that. There's nothing like that. It just gets slowed out, especially for Ret Paladins, which depend a lot on haste. Okay, so we when losing our legendary effects and, you know, starting getting the more Battle for Azeroth gear inside, you'll notice there's like so few gear with the haste on it. It's ridiculous, and this is why you're gonna feel that way. I would say, like, if you like really want to get fully immersed, just do your own thing and just don't bother with this, because it's like leveling content doesn't really matter. You'll get up to par once you're like past the 320 item level. You know, you're gonna get back to that good DPS, but until that point, that's it. It's not gonna, there's nothing that can make it happen for you. If you really want to level fast and get to that item level in a efficient manner, then just forget about dungeons, forget all that shit. I mean, just watch the BFA leveling guide I did. It's gonna take you roughly 9 hours to get a max level character, and then you can focus on optimizing your class spec. But there's no secrets here, man. And also, Josh, get your ass on the Discord, DM me so I can make you that custom wallpaper, okay? Because you deserve it. You're a Patreon now with that tier, and you get a monthly desktop wallpaper and mobile as well. So get on Discord and DM me, you bastard. Okay, moving on. Thanks for the question, man. Appreciate it, and keep them coming. Now, next question is from Kathila. This is actually posted on the WoW community on EU Alliance, our WoW community. So my question for the next Q&A, Marcelian, do you think these communities will catch on, or is it a little bit too late for them? I don't know, man. I've joined different communities as well, bigger ones, you know, from other YouTubers, streamers as well. They seem pretty dead, like in most of the places. I don't know what the hell. I'm thinking it's because that, one, you have your friends you chat with in game. Second, you have your guildies maybe that you chat with, and you have this community thing on top of that in the same area. It just makes things a little bit of a hassle. So with all of this taken into consideration, I don't think they'll catch on. You know, they tried it, but we'll just have to see. Maybe I'm biased, you know, but you know, our community now is made up out of like 20 people so far. There's really not that much going on. Okay, when people talk, I try to get into it. The cool thing is that the messages are there, like the history of the messages are there, which is good. But again, I am into bigger communities. Nobody does much, so I don't think they'll catch on. But thanks for the question, Kathila. Keep them coming, bro. Right, next one is from Sliced. Haha, good old Sliced. BFA is coming close, and I'm wondering, what is your favorite feature and your least favorite feature in the expansion? Cheers, man. Keep it up. You with your goddamn questions. So the favorite feature, I would say, would have to be war mode. Okay, this is beautiful. I loved it while leveling. I think they just hit it right on the spot to incentivize people to get into world PvP, and also getting some bonuses on top of that. Like, I had a blast leveling my first and second character on the BFA beta with war mode on, getting killed a lot, killing other people as well, grouping up with strangers and ganking horde, getting killed by horde. It's beautiful. I like it. And out of all of them, since I'm mainly a PvPer, I like war mode the best. Beautiful stuff they added there. Now, in regards to the least favorite feature, I would say the Heart of Azeroth. I'm not a fan of that whole shit. I thought the artifact weapons had potential if they would have made it so like the talents would resemble more of a customizable thing than just a cookie cut follow this path thing. It had potential to be developed and had like a different progress to pursue. But with Heart of Azeroth, it just feels like they downgraded that shit. It's like a Netherlight Crucible, 2.0, reversed on, the bottom is on top or whatever. It just doesn't feel. I don't like necessarily that thing, plus the artifact grind. I would like the artifact grind if, again, they would develop the system from the artifact weapons to make it more of the classic talents we used to have, and not make it that cookie cutter follow path thing. So just to wrap it up, my friend, war mode, my favorite feature, Heart of Azeroth, my least favorite feature. Hope you're okay with that. Let me know what your favorite feature is and your least one. I'm really curious to know. Leave it in the comment, man. And thank you very much. All right, moving along. Next one is from Nicola Persik. What do you think that will be good with BM and 2s? In Legion, I was running with Holy Pally and Resto Druid. And if it's not too private, where are you from? Accent. I'm from Romania, dog. I have said it multiple times. Both me and Flame are from Romania. What will go to BM Hunters? Well, if you want to play with a healer right now, I think Discipline Priest is your main choice. And after they will get nerfed, because they will, probably Mist Reavers. They're really good. Now, if you really want to have fun in 2s, I would suggest you play with a Ret Paladin. Traditionally, Hunters and Ret Paladins always complemented each other so good. This is why Cupid was so prevalent in multiple expansions. And this is because both of you guys have a lot of damage. The Paladin can almost act as a healer for you because he does cleanse you out of stuns, fears and silences. He can pop freedom for you. He can off heal really good. Plus the focus damage is ridiculous from these two classes. Also, Hodge works really well with the trap, so you can deliver a bit more control. Paladin can deliver huge damage and also some support. So I think I would definitely play 2s with a hunter. Doesn't matter, BM, marksman, survival. I think these classes are made for each other. Okay, thank you for the question, Nicola. Thank you. Okay, next one is from well, man, I don't know how to pronounce that, so maybe you can let me know in the comment how to pronounce your name. I'm really sorry. Well, let's see. Hey man, great channel, videos you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much, man. I can't wait to see what is to come on an everyday basis. Great stuff. Now, as I'm a player and a noob that is since 2004, wow, old school. What is your thoughts on vanilla service? Could they have a balanced ecosystem? Walking till 40 man, I remember these days, but seriously now, I can admit I missed the time that some mechanics were class exclusive. Oh yeah, Fear was mostly a warlock thing back in the day, and the whole Horde Shamans, Alliance Paladins things, stuff like that, the fluffy things. Yeah man, I haven't played vanilla. Okay, I've started in Burning Crusade, but I did play a couple of private servers on vanilla which played patch 1.12. I think this is the same patch they're gonna do on the official legacy servers. And I gotta say, man, I cannot imagine a world on classic servers where there's a balanced ecosystem. It will just not happen, okay? And I think that's okay because that was part of the charm of the vanilla. That's how I felt. And I leveled a rogue up until 42 or 46, I don't remember exactly, but that took a whole lot of time. Now, the thing with Paladins being only on Alliance and Shamans being on Horde, that added to the flavor. I didn't mind that, no problemo. I'd level Undead Rogue, fair enough, because, hey, Will of the Forsaken was quite the shit. And the whole flavor of it, yeah, it was there, and I'm quite okay with that. Now, the only thing I would add to vanilla servers is I'm like really anxious to play on those and make videos on those. It's just I will not play a paladin. I tried to play a paladin in these vanilla private servers. It takes so much time to level because you just basically auto attack mobs in all of your quests. It's bullshit. Like that whole Sealant Judgment system doesn't, like, auto attacking with proc chances to do stuff. It's not cool, man. Like I will level a rogue for sure. That's my 2 cents in it, okay? But I will definitely go for it, and I will make content for that, but it will be mostly rogue content. Yeah, thank you for the question, man, and keep on coming. Alright, next question is from Emilian. What class gives you the most trouble in duels, as a red and as a rogue? Well, as a red paladin, of course, frost mages. It's quite hard to kill a frost mage, man. A decent, not a good one, a decent one can give you a super hard time, close to impossible to kill a decent frost mage, because they can slow you for days. You cannot connect. You have to basically really exploit mistakes he can do, or, you know, fuck ups, you know, mishappening, something like that. Plus you need to have like all of the range built, right? You have to have execution sentence, hammer of wrath, you know, all that range shit, so you can do some damage to him. It's hard anyways, because again, they can keep you slowed for days, they can steal your freedom. So yeah, frost mage 100%. As a rogue, that's funny, because I feel as a rogue, red paladins tend to be like the hardest to kill. And this is because red paladins traditionally were always hard counters to rogues. This is because the bubbles, you know, the bop, the divine shield, the off heals, the cleanses, they really have a lot of tools to counter a rogue. Now, when a rogue fights a red, the rogue always has to like force his cooldowns, like evasion and vanish and trick and stuff like that. So once again, a decent rogue can kill a red paladin, but again, as a rogue, you have to really exploit the paladin's mistakes, or, you know, delays on cooldowns, or, you know, not using proper cooldowns at the right time and stuff like that. So yeah, as a red frost mage, as a rogue, definitely red paladins. Thank you for the question, man. Keep them coming. Alrighty, next one is from Cody. I hope you managed to get into the community, man. If you didn't, make sure to DM me, we'll work something out. So let's see. You've inspired me to try a paladin. Never thought I would say these words. I've raided as a fury warrior in Lich King and raided vanilla as a priest rogue, and kinda just did my own thing in Legion. Skip the other expansions, aka Panda and Warlords. Just one from me. What is the go with healers, aka Holy Priest, and especially monks and BGs? Oh man. On my pally, me and like 5 guys it took to drop a monk healer. I can't do it by myself. How the hell are you killing those OP pricks? I'm level 995 on Paladin. And are you fixing your community? I tried the Discord link, but it's unavailable. Okay, DM me on Discord, okay? We'll work something out. So, the thing with healers, it's been like this for a couple of expansions, man. It's really hard to kill a healer 1v1. This is not recent. This is happening, I think, since Mists of Pandaria at least. Really, really hard. Now, if you're an Armus Warrior, you definitely have a bigger chance because of Mortal Strike. Also, if you're a Rogue, because of the control and partially a Mortal Strike with the poisons. And as a Monk as well. They also have Mortal Strike plus a Hunter. Hunters with Scorpion Pet can also apply Mortal Strike effects. It's hard, and basically when you're talking about BGs or World PvP, it's gonna be way harder because you don't have dampening, right? In arenas it's easier, and you see it in my videos, especially the last one I did, like when playing Red Fury Warrior, we kind of always went for the healers just because the pressure was high, plus you have dampening in arenas, like healing reduction over time. So that works in your advantage over there. But again, in PGs and World PvP, it's hardly a chance. And you're talking about monks, Cody, you know, it's obvious you're gonna have a hard time killing a Mistweaver monk because they can run away so fast and have such good mobility. And priests, I mean, not holy priests, I have rarely seen a holy priest, but definitely disciplined priests are like the top healers right now. They can dish out huge amount of damage while healing a ton. A lot of panic buttons also. So you cannot kill, especially with a red, you cannot kill a healer 1v1. You couldn't do that since like forever. But if you do want to kill a healer, you always want to pair up with a class that has Mortal Strike. As I've said, warriors, rogues, hunters, monks. So I hope that answers your question, man, and don't feel too disappointed about it. It is what it is. Thank you very much and keep them coming. Alright, next one is from Spruce Moose. As a red main who left Legion shortly after Tomb was released, how do you rate the class overall now compared to how it was back then? Do you think it's worth resubbing a main in red again? Oh, definitely, man. I feel it's better. I don't know if you're speaking PvE wise or PvP wise, but nonetheless, I think it's better overall, especially with the talents. The guys who worked the talents did a much better job this time around, I felt. And when talking about PvP, I feel red is going to be strong, even if nerfs will come around shortly, because they did mention in the last post date when they nerf assassins and shit. So I think it's still gonna be strong. We are definitely more survival now. We can last longer than in Legion. We still have the same good damage overall, plus we have really strong heals, and I do believe the heals are going to be nerfed on the next row of things, but we'll just have to see. In PvE, until you get really good haste gear and you know, have the specific build to like do good AoE damage, you're gonna feel really slow, and it's gonna, you know, you're gonna feel like you're not playing your class as you should. But once you get those haste levels up, and also you play with Inquisition, you know, Inquisition really helps out with the downtime effect, you'll be good. So if you ask me, who I'm biased as fuck, definitely worth subbing and playing red once again, dog. Alright, thank you so much. Let's move along. Next one is from Stoyan Ivanov. I have a tricky one. Okay, how do you beat a good frost mage in 1v1? Well, it's hard. Okay, we'll talk about it. On the side note, you are from Romania, right? Yes. Which town? Because I'm your southern neighbor, and it'll be great if we have a Paladin bro date with some beers in the near future. Cheers, do love the channel. Well, dude, I'm from Brasov, if you know what that is. If you ever come to Romania, just make sure you DM me, we're gonna work some out. It's not too much of a hassle to like travel to a different city and meet up. So definitely let me know if you come in close to Romania. We can definitely meet up and you know, have a couple of beers, talk WoW shit or any other shit, doesn't really matter. Now, how to beat a frost mage in 1v1? Well, first you have to have like a specific talent build, right? So you have to have the Unbound Freedom first of all. You have to have the Cavalier to have 2 charges of Divine Steed. Law and Order definitely, and probably I would say also Hammer of Reckoning, just to have even more range. You have to have a lot of slows and movement and a lot of range abilities, because they will slow you to death. Okay, so Execution Sentence definitely. Blade of Rat can work as well, but I found I can beat mages more often with Hammer of Rat, so that goes that kind of goes well. You have to test it out, but the general gist of it is have everything you can do with the movement speed, like Cavalier, Unbound Freedom, Law and Order, and all the range abilities you can get as well, right? Like Hammer of Rat, Execution Sentence, and Hammer of Reckoning as well. That gives you a much better chance at killing a frost mage. It doesn't guarantee you will win, okay, but it really you know, amplifies your chances. So to say, a decent frost mage or a good frost mage will not let you kill him. That's it. You cannot. I mean, right now with the amount of slows they have, it's impossible. Impossible, okay? In order to beat a good frost mage, he has to make a mistake, and you have to exploit that mistake to the fullest. But I hope that answers your question, Stoyan, and please let me know if you come to Romania, man. We'll definitely meet up. Alright, moving along. Cameron Pack. Do you like the fantasy of the Paladin? Yeah, if so, what incarnation? For example, the Vanilla Light and BFA Light is very different. That is true. Have a good day. Thank you. You have a good day as well, man. To be honest, I like the more recent version of the fantasy of the Paladin. I don't know if I'm biased or not, because playing in Burning Crusade and in Lich King and playing on private servers on Vanilla, I didn't really feel that Paladins really were, you know, fulfilling that whole holy warrior fantasy. I don't feel like it. Maybe it was the grind, maybe it was the lack of interrupts, maybe it was the lack of CC, I don't know. But I didn't really like it that much. I started to like it more and more from Lich King moving forward. And I'm not talking about the whole Paladins being like really OP during Lich King and shit like that. I play Paladin to Burning Crusade. I played that to Cataclysm, which wasn't that great, at least in the beginning. Mist of Pandaria as well. Right now, I believe we're fulfilling that holy warrior fantasy in the sense that we have all of the tools needed to help others, and maybe like a bit sacrifice each, like we sacrifice damage to help others. Let's put it like that. One thing. Second, we can become, a force to be reckoned with when we like get all of our light, like avenging wrath and all of that shit. Like, I don't want to RP too much about it. I feel presently the paladin, the fantasy of the paladin is much better than it used to be. Of course, there's a lot that has to be done to get it like 100% for me, but I'm liking it more now than it used to. But thank you for the question, man. Really awesome one. Keep them coming. Next one is from Mr. Giselle. Have you come across or used plunder armor killing spree on Outlaw Rogue? It seems pretty OP with the right roll of the bones. Oh yes. I mean, this shit was broken, man. I've known they like nerfed it down, the plunder armor and shit, and they hotfixed something on killing spree. But once again, I've played it on the beta where the nerfs are live, and it still deals huge amounts of damage. That shit is ridiculous. I mean, a couple of nights ago I played against Waz's team, and you couldn't do anything about it. It was just like ridiculous. So fast you die. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get nerfed. So I haven't tried it myself. I haven't played Outlaw that much. I'm relearning Sub Rogue, to be honest, because I always had my first love for Sub Rogues, and I really wanted this shit out for BFA. So, and also the fact that Assassination Rogues and Outlaws will get nerfed for sure. They're like too strong. I'm just thinking, hey, Sub Rogue always had it good no matter what. Even if you don't deliver that amount of damage, the control is amazing and I love it. But definitely plunder armor killing spree. Oh boy. Thank you for the question, dog. Keep them coming. Alright, next one is from Gertie. Nice video, man. Thank you. By the way, do you know Savix? Two great Ret Paladins. Do I know Savix? Well, I know him from quite a long time, from the Cataclysm days. Like, we both used to do videos. I was like super jealous on him because he had like great skills on montages. Back then it was like a lot of montages for PvP videos, and he did amazing work. And we knew each other. Like, he also saw my videos, commented on them. I saw his, I commented on them. And also Hansel used to also comment on my videos and tell me about him. Actually, I do have like a whole episode talking with Savix, having an interview with him, and we cover a lot of shit like that. You should go check that shit out. I'll have the link in the description for you. Okay, Gertie? Thank you. Thank you very much for the question. Keep them coming. Next, Mr. Jazz Gaming. Once again, hey Marcelian, thank you for the question last week. Don't mention it. Do you think you playing your rogue would beat your paladin in a duel, or would it be the other way around? What a mindfuck. I think I would be my rogue with my red. I'm sure of it. So yeah. Also, can you show us your rogue build and how you change it between arenas and BGs? Well, I don't like on rogue. I don't really change my builds that often. Okay, I'll show you. I'll make sure I have the my builds on the video as well. Over here, it may be a couple of things, but I am playing subtlety now rather than assassination. So I hope I don't fuck it up for you too much. Okay, you'll just see on the screen like the PvP thingy for arenas and the PvP thingy for BGs. Not much changing though. Thank you for the question, man, and keep them coming. Alrighty, next one is from Edo Isha once again. What's up, Marcelian? All good, man. What's up with you? Thank you for answering my last question. My pleasure. Wanted to know which trade skill are you considering using in BFA? I think engineering looks amazing. I mean, I'm not really into that stuff. I traditionally on my red I am mining and jewel crafting, and I have that since like Cataclysm, because you could make those really epic gems that would give you an edge, especially in PvP. And I stuck with that all the way through all the expansions. And I'm looking for still jewel crafting because I want to make that 5% experience gem. Yeah, you better come at me if you want that gem. And also I'm curious to see if as jewel crafters we're gonna still be able to make epic gems, so we can suck in and shit, get a bit more edge on that haste. I want more haste. But that's what I'm rolling with, man. Thank you for the question. I hope this answers it for you. Okay, next one is from Adam Lee. Hey cuz, what up cuz? Enjoying your videos, thank you. Out of melee classes, which ones do you think have the best survivability and which ones are the squishiest? Monks seem to be really squishy, even with Karma. I've made an 120 monk. I've played against a lot of monks. They do dish out a lot of damage, but they do appear to be really squishy. Rogues are squishy as well. I mean, a rogue without vanish and evasion is fucked. High survival classes, Ret Paladins would be one of them. It's an obvious assumption here. I would say survival hunters are also quite decent on surviving, and for like squishiest, I feel like monks, rogues, maybe the other specs of the hunter. No, they're not melees though. I would put demon hunters somewhere in between. They can survive good, but you know, once again, they're dependent on a couple of coolers like blur and you know, darkness and shit. So it's kind of like the same stuff on rogue over there. But that's my 2 cents in it, Adam. Thank you very much, man. Keep them coming. Right on. Next one is from Spec Ops. How much time do you think it takes up to level a class to a level 110? From 0? Not that. I mean, now that they revamped they lowered the XP gain, I think it's gonna take a bit more longer. But I usually, when I started, like, I only did it once after Mist of Pandaria to level a character from 0 to 120 with air rooms and all of that shit. And you know, playing casually, like logging onto that character 2-3 hours a day, I think it took me maybe 2 days or something like that, but again, casually. Now it can take longer, but I cannot tell for sure. Okay, I cannot tell for sure. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of like Reddits on that topic as well. I just wouldn't be bothered. Like in these days, I would not level a character from 0 to 110 because I mainly have like all of the classes to a certain degree of level. Maybe when I'm gonna go to Horde, there I'm gonna have something going on. Thank you for the question, Spec Ops. Keep them coming. Alright, next one from Charbel. I don't know if this is Charbel the Ninja. He has so many accounts, I don't know, but let's see. Hey Marcelian, love the vids. Woohoo! This is Ninja, by the way. It is Ninja. So I've been playing Rogue for a while, and they really seem really powerful in the right hands, of course, especially subtlety. Do you think they will get nerfed later? I know it's designed to be 1v1 class, but some classes do not stand a chance against them. Is that fair? No, it's not fair, but then again, this game is not balanced around 1v1. You're always gonna have a class that will dominate 1v1 no matter what. Now, talking about nerfs, I'm pretty sure you already saw that the nerfs they got on Assassination and Outlaw, a little bit on Subtlety, but the thing is, you cannot judge it from a 1v1 perspective. When you like really like 1v1s, that's duels and probably world PvP, you just have to eat that shit up. It comes with the package. Some classes will do good, some classes will not do good. That's it. They balance the game around 3 versus 3, and we know this, right? I mean, this is for ages now. They don't really balance it out. I know it can be a lame excuse for a developer to say that, you know, we only balance the shit out for 3v3. I know that, okay? But it is what it is. This is what they're saying, and it definitely feels that way. Of course, it's not fair. Rogues have a response to every situation. That's the truth. When you add on top of that huge amount of damage, is just, you know, you cannot fuck with them. That's basically it. So they do seem really strong in 1v1 now. I think they're gonna get nerfed even further, but I think a rogue shines in, you know, in BGs, of course, they really sought after, and in 3v3 arenas. Like, a rogue shouldn't be the one who delivers the most damage, should be the one controlling the fight, in my humble opinion. Thank you for the question, Charbel. Keep them coming, bro. Alright, next one is from Kogo Alfer. Hey man, great channel, nice work, lots of fun. Thank you, man. Can you help me decide between Warrior, Ret Paladin and Holy DK for PvP, please? Oh man, this helping you with your main is... Love them three. Been playing Palace since Wrath of the Lich King and need a change. Well, if you do need a change, I would say Warrior for PvP, because I've said it in previous videos as well. Warriors always have it good in PvP. They can work with a bunch of different comps. They can work with melees, they can work with classes, they can work in 2v2. Fury is really great for 1v1. Arms is great for arenas and BGs. Like, if you want to tank or prot, it's fine, but I would recommend Warrior. You know, it's hard to make a decision for you because I don't know what you like to play, what fantasy you're in, what you want to achieve and shit. But if you like, generally you want to make a change from Paladin and you want a class for PvP, Warriors always had it good. So go for that. Thank you for the question once again, and keep on coming, bro. Alright, next one is from Kyle Willis. Great stuff, bro. I come to your channel every day now. Thank you, man. You're very welcome to come every day. Such great content. What do you think is the most viable partner for Ret in 2s in BFA? What do you think the most viable comp for 3s Ret will be? I snuck that question in there. Haha. Okay. In 2s, it will definitely work with a Hunter, as I've said previously on Nicholas' question. So Hunter would be your main top if you want to play double DPS. Hands down. With Rogue, it can work as well, just because of the control. With healers, I would say, you know, obviously Priest will be your main pick here, but it can work with Shaman, it can work with Druid. Any healer can work with a Paladin, that's fine. I've recently made a video playing 2v2 with a Fury Warrior, which went out great. I mean, we got to 1900 in no time. In 3s, Cupid, I still believe, will be the main comp for Ret Paladins. That's Ret, Rogue, and a healer, preferably a Priest. But I can also see it work as a Scooby-Doo cleave, like Ret Rogue and a healer, preferably Priest. Ret Paladin, Affliction, Warlock with a really decent healer can actually work. It worked a little bit in Legion, it will definitely work in BFA. I can see him again with Shadow Priest. Shadow Priests do really good in PvP, actually. I've seen it on 120, they can really dish out, and you as a Paladin can really work good with a Shadow Priest. You can protect him with bops and shit like that. So that's my 2 cents in it. We'll just have to see and test shit more out. But thank you very much, Kyle. Alrighty, and last question is from Gamer1on1. Hey Mar, big fan over here. So what do you think about Balanced Druid? Having a hard time dueling against with my Ret Paladin. Really? Can you give me some tips? Keep on posting vids, I really love it. Thank you, man. How come you're having a hard time killing Balanced Druids, man? I mean, it's not that complicated, to be honest. If you're having a hard time catching them or just dishing out damage, it's tricky. So if you're having a hard time, you know, getting close to them, then maybe switch to a build similar to what I said on the Frost Mage. Okay, a lot of ranged abilities and movement speed, slows, shit like that. If you're having a hard time dishing damage, that probably means you're trying to hit him during his bark skin. So there's a couple of things you have to watch out for boomkins, and it's really not that complicated. When they pop Celestial Alignment, that means they're gonna burst your ass, so it's a good time to pop defensives like Shield of Vengeance and shit, and you know, throw some off heals or whatever, and don't burst him during his bark skin. I mean, this is a good time to like get Hammer of Reckoning and, you know, just get close to him, get him into a stun, pop Hammer of Reckoning and all of that beautiful jazz, make him pop that bark skin. You don't want to use wings and all of your major shit while bark skin is up. Now if he's gonna shapeshift a lot to get out of your slows and shit, that means he doesn't gonna do any damage. So there's really to say, I don't have any problem killing boomkins. It's quite easy. I know they can, you know, I don't know if they fixed that thing or not when they just spam moonfires and shit and kill you, but the major idea is just either keep them close and just hit them, and for that you need the range build, or just watch out for bar skin. You know, don't try to hit hard during bar skin, and pop defenses or kite and heal around when Celestial Alignment is up. There's like a 3-minute cooldown. It's basically their biggest burst. You cannot cleanse dots off of you with apart from Divine Shield. So that's about it. It should be plain and simple, man. Just, you know, keep the pressure on, you're gonna kill him eventually. Hope that answers the question, but let me know in the comments what problem specifically you have against Balanced Druids. But with that, we're concluding today's Q&A. I want to thank you very much for all of the questions. There were a lot of them. Once again, I hope it was not too boring. Once again, huge shout out to our Patreons, Hellhunter, Rumple Foreskin, and Joshua Elliott. You guys rock. Thank you so much for your support. Once again, you want to get into the Q&A, just throw the question in the comment section here. I'm going to make sure to answer it by next Monday. Thank you for watching, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.